Okay, in this session, we'll discuss about a local setup, how to install author server and how to install publish server and what is the difference between author and publish servers. We can divide the entire users into two parts. One is end users or also called real users. So for example, while accessing Amazon.in or Amazon.com to buy the product, we are the end users or the real users. The end users always access the publish server. So there are two type of servers could be available for every environment. One is author server and second one is publish server. Author server is for the internal use. Publish server is for the end user purpose. So as an end user, we'll always access the publish server. So when you access a website by using the browser, for example, www.destco.com is a website. Open the browser, enter www.destco.com. The request will go to the publish server because I am the end user. Whenever the end user try to access any website, the request goes to the publish server only. And there is one more server called author server. Author server is for internal use. Only the internal team members can access it, like dev team members, development team, and quality analyst team, or admin team, or content authoring team, or marketing team. Only the internal team members can access this author server. There are two different servers are required for every environment. One is author server for internal use, and second one is publish server for the end user. Then what is the difference between author and publish, and why two different servers are required? So before discussing difference, let's discuss about the publish server. To access this publish server, login is not required. Login is not required. Without login also, we can access this publish server. The purpose of the publish server to access the end user. The end user can access this publish server. Login is optional. Without login, an end user can access this publish server. But this publish server always written read-only content. Read-only content. Read-only content means we can read the content which is served by the publish server, but we can't make any changes in that content. The best example, go to Amazon.in and check the home page. We can read the content, whatever the content is available on home page, but we can't make any changes in that content because you are the end user. We can consume that content, but we can't make any changes in that content. So here publish server also always written read-only content. We can't make any changes directly into the publish server. There is one more server called author server. In the author server, login is mandatory. Login is mandatory. Without login, you can't access this publish server. And this server only for internal use. Only for the internal use. Only for the internal team members can access it. Like development team members and QA team member, admin, marketing. Only the internal team members can access this author server and it required login. Login is mandatory. The main purpose of this author server is for content creation purpose. Let's say there is a new page need to be created. Log in into author server as an internal team member like content author or PA or developer, and you can create the content in author server. Author server is for content creation purpose. Publish server is for content rendering purpose. The roles are completely different. Author is only for content creation, modification, and deletion purpose. Publish server is for content rendering purpose. So in the author server, login is mandatory. Without this login, we can't access any content in author server. Once you log in into author server, you can perform all code operations. Code means create, update, read, and delete operations. You can create a new pages, update the existing pages, and read the existing pages and delete the pages. You can perform all code operations based on your permissions. Based on your permission. For every environment, we must have author and publish server. Even in a local also, author and publish servers are required. For the development purpose, you need both author and publish. But majority of the cases we use author server only. But sometimes we have to test our functionality in publish as well. So that's why you must have author server and publish server in your local. I will show you how to create this author and publish in your local. Adobe provided one executable jar file. We can easily install that executable jar file by double clicking or by using the command. Let me know if you have any question in author and publish servers. Difference between author and publish server or roles between author and publish servers. Any questions? So in author server, we create the new content or update the existing content, or we can delete the new content. Only internal team can access this author. The publish server is for content creation, content rendering to the end users. Any questions? Okay, what are the prerequisites to install author and publish servers? What are the prerequisites to install author and publish server? To install author or publish server, Java 11 is mandatory because AEM is Java-based CMS platform. Java 11 is required in order to install AEM as a cloud services SDK. But if you are using AEM 6.5, even Java 8 also works. But while working with AEM Cloud SDK, you must have Java 11 version. You can easily check the version by opening the command prompt, CMD command prompt, and enter Java version. So in my local, I have 11.0.1, 11.0.15.1. So 11 is mandatory. If you don't know how to install Java, I have provided one video. Just go through that video. So it is not possible to show you in the live session. If you are completely new to IT and if you don't know how to install Java, go to the install in day 2 folder. So you will have access for the entire AEM folder. The AEM, again, we have the multiple subfolder. Go to day 2. Day 2 is AEM installation. In the AEM installation, again, go to installations. And here I have provided multiple videos. Java installation video, Maven installation, Eclipse setup, VS Code setup, Node setup. The multiple videos are available. These are very small videos. You can complete within 1 hour only. Enter this installation and setup. So Java 11 is mandatory in order to set up author or publish server in your local. And at least 8 GB of RAM is required in your laptop. 8 GB RAM is required in your local laptop. Even 4 GB also works, but sometimes it won't respond. But I personally recommend either 8 GB or 16 GB of RAM is required in your local laptop. And 8 GB of free disk space. Of course, it would be available for every laptop. At least will have 8 GB of free disk space would be available to install Java. So these are the prerequisites to install either author or publish in your local. Java 11, 8 GB RAM, 8 GB free disk space. Then once you set up this Java 11, then how to install author or publish servers? So install author or publish, you must have AEM SDK executable jar file. You can download that file from here, but you must have account. Let's say if you are working in any organization, if that organization is having a partnership with Adobe, you will have the login credential, log in with that credential and go to this URL and you can download the latest SDK. As an individual user, you can't register with Adobe and you can't access this console. You must have either partner account or client account to download latest SDK files. Or else you can download from my drive. Go to day 2. In the day 2, go to softwares. So I have provided both AEM 6.5 AEM SDK. Go to AEM Cloud SDK. You can download from here. But this is old one, 2023 November executable file. So I have downloaded latest one in my local. I will upload it to the drive after this session. So this is the latest one, 2024 4.15 means exactly 1 day ago. This is the new version. So I will upload this new version into the drive. You can download from the drive. Once you downloaded this file, you have to extract this zip file. You have to extract the zip file. Once you extract the zip file contains again 3 different files. One is AEM SDK dispatcher tools, AEM SDK dispatcher tools for Windows, and AEM SDK quick start. So this file is important. Once you extract the zip file contains 3 different files again. In that file, AEM SDK quick start is important. This is one executable jar file. Check the type here. This is one executable jar file. We can use this executable jar file for the installation of author and publish. So we don't have 2 different executable jar file. By using single executable jar file, we can use it as author as well as publish. The same executable jar file can be used to install author and publish. So extract the zip file and copy this executable jar file. Copy the executable jar file and rename to this format. Let's say if you want to install author, the executable jar file name must be aem-author-p4502. This naming convention is very important. This is step 2. The first step, we are downloading SDK. In the second step, we are extracting. Once you extract, you will find out one executable jar file. In the third step, we have to rename that executable jar file to aem-author-p4502. I will execute again. You can refer this day 2 document. If you have any question, we have to rename to aem-author-p4502. Based on the server type, you have to mention this file name. For example, if it is author server, the file name must be aem-author-p4502. AEM is the product name and author is the server type, or also called run mode type. P is the port number. P450T is the port number. Because AEM is one service in this operating system. To execute this service, at least one port number is required. P4502 is the default port number of the author server. Default port number of the author server. Let's say if the port number is not available in your local operating system, use different port. So these port numbers are not fixed, but 4502 is the default port number for author server. AEM-author-p4502. And then execute this command. Java space -jar space and then file name and -GUI. Use this command to install author server. The same command can be used to start the server. The command is same for installation as well as start the server. Once the server is started, you can easily stop the server by using Ctrl+C. You can find out the command here. Just click on Ctrl+C, the server will down. Down is very easy. Just open this command prompt, click on Ctrl+C to down the server. For installation or to start the server, use this command. Java space -jar aem-author-p4502.jar-gui. This is the command to start the server or to install the server in your local. Installation is one-time activity. Once the server is installed, we can start the server by using this command. Java space -jar and then jar file name space -GUI. This process is same for publish installation also. The same executable jar file can be used to install publish server. Rename to aem-publish-p4503. We can't use same port number for the 2 different services. Author should start with 4502 and publish should start with 4503. aem-publish-4503.jar file. Rename the executable jar file to aem-publish-p4503.jar and use this command. Command also same. Java space -jar aem-publish-p4503.jar-gui. We can parallelly start author and publish servers because these two servers run with the two different port numbers. Author runs with 4502, public runs with 4503. Parallelly, we can start author and publish servers. Either we can start author server and implement your functionality, or we can use publish, or both also possible because these two servers are running with two different port numbers. So this is the steps to install author and publish. Let's execute these steps in my local. And this is the zip file I will upload after the session into day2 folder. I'm creating new folder for this training. AEM April training. Inside this folder, I will create two folders. One is for author server and second one is for the publisher. I'm creating two different folders. One is for author installation and second one is for the publish server. And go to the author folder first. We'll install author first, then publish. And paste that zip file. So this zip file I have downloaded from Adobe, but you can download from my drive. You don't have any login. Right click on zip file and extract the zip file. I think I have some spacing issue. Let's delete the existing servers. But this executable jar file is extracted. And let me extract again. Yeah. So once you extract, you will find out three different files from this zip file. AIM SDK dispatcher tools, AIM SDK dispatcher tool for Windows, and executable jar file. Keep this executable jar file and remove the remaining files. But as of now, only this executable jar file is required to install Author server. And then rename to AIM-Author-P4502 to install Author server because we are into Author folder. Right click. Rename AIM-Author-P4502 is the executable jar file name. Deleted. Okay, fine. So the file name must be AIM-Author-P4502 in order to install Author server. Copy the same executable jar file, paste into the published folder. Paste into the published folder and rename the executable jar file name. Because in order to install publish server, the file name must be AIM-publish-P4503. That. So two different folder with the two different file name, but executable jar file name is same. Sorry, file is same, but names are different. Names are different. Now click here, open the command prompt, CMD. Open the command prompt. Set the path D AM April training author. So we are in the same location, and then execute Java-jar am-author-p4502.jar file -gui. -gui is optional. -gui command is optional. -gui command is optional. Without -gui also we can install Author server. Just click on it. So we'll see one progress bar here. So if you don't use -gui, you can't see this progress bar. So this is AIM server installation progress bar. So I wait for a few more minutes to install Author server. So hardly it will take 4 to 5 minutes to install Author or publish servers in your local. So 5 minutes is ideal time. Based on your system performance, it may go 10 minutes also. And repeat the same step for the publish server. CMD. Or else let's wait for Author server installation. Once Author is installed successfully, then we'll install publish server. In the real time, we need a different environments in remote as well as local. So this is high level diagram. While working with any project, you must have the local servers. Local Author servers are required and local publish server is required for development and testing purpose. So these are the local servers. It would be available in your local laptop. But there must be some remote servers are required. The remote servers are required. Admin team will create these remote servers. But if you are using AIM as a cloud services, even you can create the remote servers by using Cloud Manager. So these are the remote server can accessible to all team members. There are 4 different remote servers are required. One is dev environment and QA environment and stage environment and prod environment. 4 different environments are required. Each environment required at least one author and one published server. One author and one published server. Let's say you are working in AM dev team and there is a requirement to implement login functionality. You will implement your local servers by using some local IDEs like Eclipse or IntelliJ or VS Code. And by using this author and publish server, you will implement the functionality and test the functionality in the local. Once the functionality tested in the local, you have to deploy that functionality into dev server. As a developer, you have to move that code base into development server. Development is for testing purpose, unit testing purpose. Unit testing is a developer responsibility. Whatever the test cases you have executed in your local, the same test we have to validate in the dev server. This is the remote server. Let's say once you validated functionality in dev server, again we have to install or deploy into QA server. In this QA server, create you validate your functionality. You are working on login functionality. You have to implement and test in your local and then deploy into dev environment and test in dev environment also. 2 levels of testing is required from development side. One is local environment and second one is dev remote servers. Once these 2 testings are done, we have to handle to QA team. QA team are also called testing team. The testing team perform the validation on QA environment. Once the QA team also validated and once QA team also given sign off, then we'll deploy into stage environment or also called UAT environment. UAT environment. So here the business team will validate the same functionality. Whatever the functionality you have implemented as part of the requirement, the same functionality validated by the business team in stage environment. Once the business team also agreed, then we'll deploy into the production or also called live. Production are also called live. For every feature need to be validated in these many environments. It is not easy to deploy directly into the production. They have to validate in your local. This is the first level of testing. Once the implementation is completed, we have to validate in your local. And second level is dev testing in dev environment. And third level is QA testing on QA environment. And fourth one is stage UAT testing. So once these 4 tests are completed and once the 4 different teams are agreed, then only we'll deploy into the production environment. Then only we can deploy into the production environment. So these environment we can access by using the domains. There will be a separate domain for dev author and dev publish, and QA author and QA publish, and stage author and stage publish. And here prod author and prod publish. Prod publish means live domain. For example, www.testcode.com. When you access from the browser by entering www.testcode.com, the request will go to the prod publish server because this is the live server. The live server request always go to the prod environment. So these many remote servers are required. Ignore about how to set up these remote servers. It's an admin team responsibility or your lead or architect responsibility to set up the remote servers. But as a developer, you must know how to set up the local servers, local author servers and local publish servers. Local author servers and local publish server. Let me know if you have any questions in these environments and the role of the environment. Any questions? Okay. I think my local system is very slow. It's taking more time. So once author and publish server installations are completed, we have to create connection between author and publish. We have to create connection in author and publish because once you create a content in author server by using internal team members login credentials, by using internal team members login credentials. We have to push that content from author server to publish server because we can't create content directly in publish server. The content always create in author server. Push the content from author to publish server by using this connection. In the next step, I will show you how to create a connection between author and publish server by using replication agents. So this is the next step. But in order to execute this step, we must install author and publish servers. So both are required. In my local still author is installing. Let me try to install publish as well. Author installation in progress. Go to the publish server, publish folder, and open the command prompt. Check the location. Your executable jar file and this command location should be same. DAEM Excel training publish. So this executable jar file also in the same location. And execute this command. Java space hyphen jar am hyphen publish hyphen p4503.jar file hyphen GUI hyphen GUI. Now we can see the two different progress bar. One is for author server and second one is for the publish server. Author server and second one is for publish server. Once this progress bar is completed, the server installation will complete and start the server also. Wait for the server installation, both author and publish. In the next step, after installation, we have to create connection between author and publish servers by using replication agents. By using replication agents. These replication agents we can access by using this URL. So localhost 4502 means author server because we have installed author with 4502 port number. Based on this port number, we can identify whether it is author server or port publish server. So while installing author, we have used 4502 as a port number. You can access this URL once the server is started. Localhost 4502/misc-admin is the console. And then go to agents and author. Double click on default agent. Double click on default agent. It will open this page. So rather than executing first and second step, directly you can click on this link. Directly we can click on this link to open the default publish agent. So this is the link, direct link. Or else we can access misc-admin console. In the misc-admin console, expand agents and author and click on default agent. Double click on default agent. It will open this page. It will open this page. And then there will be one option called editor. Click on edit. When you click on edit, we'll see this pop-up. This is one pop-up in publish.html page. Publish.html page. Go to the settings tab. In the setting tab, enable the checkbox. Enable the checkbox and remove the default user agent ID. Remove the default user agent ID. So these two changes are required in the first tab of this edit window. I will execute again when the servers are started. Meanwhile, I'm explaining this configuration to connect author with publish server. See, author server installation is completed. Whenever author server installation is completed, it will open one window in your default browser. In my local default browser is Chrome. In the Chrome, this window is open. This tab is open with localhost 4502. And it will redirect to the login screen because login is mandatory to access the author server. Login is mandatory to to access the author server. That's why whenever you start the author server, automatically it will redirect to the login screen. See, it is redirect to the login screen. Admin and admin. Default username and password is admin and admin. Don't change this default username and password. Sometimes while installing, if you don't use -GUI command, it will ask you to set up the username and password. Username is admin, password also includes admin only. Don't change this password. Even we can change the password. If you change the password in the code base also we have to update. So that's why I recommend don't change this admin password. Keep it admin only in your local. Use admin and click on sign in to log in into author server. So the public server also almost 50% is completed. Let's wait for the public server installation as well. Once you log in, it will navigate to start screen. Start.html is the default page in author server. Localhost 4502 is the author server. You can directly type this URL in the browser. Localhost 4502 is the server, author server. AEM start.html is the default page after login. To create a connection, let's access this page. Localhost 4502 etc replication agent, agents and author publish. Don't remember this URL. You can access through this console, localhost 4502 misc admin, and then click on agents and author and double click on default agent. This page will be open, or else use this PPT to open this link directly. Author is up and running, publish is in progress. So meanwhile, let's configure this replication agents in author server to connect author with publish. The first time these pages will take some time to load because it has to download all the required CSS and JavaScript. This is required for author. Yeah, this is the base. Click on edit and enable the checkbox. This is the first step. When you click on edit button, this window will open. In the settings, enable this checkbox and remove this agent ID. Remove this agent ID and go to the second tab. Second tab name is transport. Go to the second tab. In the second tab, mention public server information. At present, we are accessing author server. In order to connect author with public server, here we have to mention the public server information. The public server will run with localhost 4503. 4503. This is the public server. Localhost 4503 is the public server. Username is admin and password also admin. Username and password is admin and admin. Click on OK. See, now it is turned into the green color because we have enabled the configuration to connect with the public server. Now this author server will connect with public server. Here the public server information is localhost 4503 and username is admin and password also admin. Password also admin. This public server is still in progress. Let's wait for public server installation. Total 3 different concepts we are going to discuss in this session. One is installation, both author and public server. Author and public server installation. So this is one step. And second step is connect author with public server. Now we are executing this author with public connection. In the next step, we are going to install sample project. So these 3 steps we have to execute today's session. The first step is completed. Second step is in progress. Connect author with public server. And third step is install weekend project. To install this weekend project, we have to download the latest weekend project from the web. And search with weekend git repo. Even this file also available in your folder. You can directly download from the folder also, Google Drive folder. And click on this first link. Scroll down and click on AEM Guides Weekend All.zip file. And download AEM Guides Weekend All 3.2.0.zip file. The same zip file is available in your Google Drive. In the Google Drive, go to Day 2 folder. In the Day 2 folder, sample weekend project folder. And download the zip file. AEM Guides Weekend All 3.2.0.zip file. Directly you can download from here. So even steps I have mentioned here. Click on this link and go to this latest version and download the zip file. Wait for the weekend project download.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Cycle, and I have a query. Here we have installed the cloud version, and we have made connection between publish and author, right? So
Yes.
for 6.5, it is not necessary. It is necessary.
Yes, it is not required. In 6.5, this configuration will be available by default. Once you install and author and publish, the connection between this author and publish will be available by default with 4502 and 4503. Even this weekend project, in cloud, the sample project name is weekend. If it is 6.5, sample project name is vRetail. Even that vRetail project also by default available in 6.5. So step 2 and step 3 is required only for cloud. If you are using cloud, only for the cloud, these 2 steps are required. If you are using AEM 6.5, just install author and publish servers. By default, author and publish server will be in connection. Even the sample projects also would be available. Not weekend project, that is rewritten project.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, publish server installed successfully. Don't worry, it will return 404 error. First time when you install publish server, it return 404 error because content is not available in publish. So that's why it will return 404. This is an expected result only. Okay. Now go back to our configuration. We can check test connection number. So we have created a connection between author and publish route. Now click on test connection to cross verify whether author is connected to publish or not. Yes. Success. So author to publish connection is created successfully. We can validate by using test connection. And this is the publish IP address, IP and port number. In the last step, we have to install weekend project. To install weekend process, access this console. Localhost 4502 CRX package manager. We'll discuss in detail later about this console. Maybe in the next session, I will explain how to use this package manager. Just click on this link to open the package manager and to install weekend project. This is the package manager console. Or else directly we can access localhost 4502 CRX/packmgr. So this console will be useful to install the project manually in our AEM servers. Let's say the project code is available in your local. If you want to install that project in your local author server or publish server, we can use this console. Localhost 4502 CRX packmgr index.js. Once you access it, click on upload. Click on upload. Select force upload option, but this is optional. Browse and select the weekend guides. This is the project I have downloaded from the Git repository. You can download from either Git repository or from my Google Drive. And click on open. And click on OK. The project has been successfully uploaded from local file system to local author server. So successfully uploaded. Once successfully uploaded, click on install. Click on install. So whatever the code base is available in the zip file, it will be installed in your local author server. Installation is mandatory step. The first step we have to upload. The second step we have to install the content package. Refresh it once. So internally it will take 2 to 3 minutes. At least 2 to 3 minutes will take internally to install all the sub packages of this weekend all. It is an internal process. It will take 2 to 3 minutes to install weekend project. Let's wait 2 to 3 minutes to install the remaining dependence package of the weekend. Okay. Okay. Refresh after 2 to 3 minutes. We'll see the multiple sub packages of the weekend project. Then how to install this weekend project in publish server? How to install the same weekend project in the publish server? Because author and publish are two independent servers. We have connected by using configuration. And in the author server, we have installed the sample project. How to configure same project in publish server? In order to install the same project in publish server, we don't need to access this package manager console with localhost 4503. we don't need to access it, or we don't need to log in into the publish server, because we already created connection between author and publish. In the second step, we already created connection between author and publisher. Project is installed in author server. We can replicate this project from author to publish by using replicate option. Click on weekend project. After installation, we have to execute this step. Click on weekend project. Click on more, and there is an option called replicate. When you click on replicate, the entire project will be moved from author server to publish server. The entire project will move from author server to publish server. You can check the replication status also here. Okay, go back to start screen. Localhost 4502 AEM start.html and click on sites. So we'll discuss more detail in the next session. There is multiple out-of-box consoles are available. One of the console is sites console. It will be useful to create the web pages. Let's say if you want to create a new page, we have to go to the sites console to create the new page. From next, we'll down the publish server. Publish server is not required. Only for the installation purpose, I'm showing how to install author and publish, and how to connect author and publish, and how to sync the data between author and publish. Just for the practice purpose, I'm explaining. From the next session onwards, mostly we don't use this publish server. Okay, so we'll find out this weekend project. In the sites console, we'll find out this weekend project. There is multiple pages are available inside weekend project. Weekend. Click on language master and en and select any one of the pages. All our pages only. Weekend is one page. Language master is one page. En is one page. Inside the en, errors, magazines, adventures, FAQ, about us, other different pages. Let me select the magazines page and click on edit. Click on edit. Or else let me create a new page under en. So this is en page, right? Select this en and click on create and click on page. Okay, leave it. I will cover in next session how to. Let me edit the existing pages only. Okay, I think my system is not responding. I will cover in the next session how to sync the data between author and publish server. I think I have to restart my system once. Okay, in the next session, I will cover how to sync the data between author and publish server, how to create a new page, and how to edit the content, and how to sync the data between author and publish servers. I will cover in the next session.